Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it's Drew here of smalltownbigbusiness.com, and I wanted to take this video and go through a sort of an exercise. Now, this is an exercise I always want to give credit where credit is due, and this came from a mentor of mine. I'm going to take these 4 questions, but I'm going to discuss them a little more, and then make them from general to more specific when it comes to that Main Street, that local business, that mom and pop shop, that generational business, brick and mortar, all those things. All right, so I'm going to make it more focused there. But this is an exercise that is supposed to give someone clarity in a very short amount of time with just as few questions as possible. So we run into this thing as entrepreneurs in general, but especially small town entrepreneurs that run into what I call cash grab, right? They start to look at other things. I see restaurants do it, and they do it. It's very plain and simple. You see it when they add another menu item, and they want to add some kind of sandwich, and then they want to add some kind of salad. And before you know it, they're spinning, their heads are spinning because they've added too much. It's a great analogy because everyone eats and everyone understands a menu, and when you have a menu that's like a novel, it becomes overwhelming as far as choices, and it becomes even more overwhelming to the entrepreneur. This is to help bring us back and give us some focus and clarity on that. So check it out. Question number 1. Oh, by the way, this is my mentor, Stu McLaren. Stu is he's got some great programs out there, and I've invested in some of his training and coaching, and so I learned this from him. I want to give him credit, and here we go. So the first question is this market a market that I actually enjoy working with? I'll personally speak to this. I'll personally admit something to you for this. I, as an entrepreneur, have in learning a certain skill set, I've tried to go after certain markets, and if I was really honest with myself, I wasn't crazy about them. I knew I could serve them, but I wasn't crazy. I'll be so vulnerable as to share healthcare was one. And I just, the deeper I got into it, the more I learned about all the mandates, and how it was less and less about people and more about laws and rules and regulations. And as I learned that, it really kind of doused the coals, and I just learned that was not a market that I enjoyed working with. I'm even going to give you an additional question here on top of the system here that I got from Stu. Is a lot of times it's what first got me jazzed to start my business. A lot of times you can ask those 2 questions beside each other. What market do I really enjoy working with? Wait a second. What was it that even got me to launch my business? I got really stoked. I got really jazzed about thinking about this type of person and helping them and giving them value, that type of service, or selling them a particular thing or line of items. So let's move on to question number 2, which is a yes or no. Does the market have a clear and defined challenge that they're facing, right? Are they lacking something? Are they stressing over something? Do they not have enough of something? Or do they have too much of something and that's too much of a bad thing, or not enough of a really great thing? Does the market have a clear and defined challenge? Sometimes markets have a challenge, but it's not so clear, it's not so defined, it's a little muddy, and that means that you would have to take extra effort into educating them. It's not impossible, but I'm warning, I'm stating it here. You have to take extra effort into educating them on this problem that they have, and they're walking through life and they don't know that they have that problem. It's better if that market you asked yourself about, number 1, has a clear and defined problem that is bugging them every day. So if the answer is no, go back to 1 and ask yourself about a different market, or try and maybe it's the same market and try and find a different problem. If the answer is yes, let's keep going. Let's go to number 3. Based on that problem you asked yourself about number 2, am I a fit? Is there a market fit? So this, you're asking yourself, am I qualified? Do I feel like I can fit? Do I feel like I can serve that problem and help resolve that problem? So given the challenges that this market faces, am I positioned to serve that particular audience? Now, if the answer is no, it's not exactly a start over. If the answer is no, sometimes it's, well, who could I partner with? Who could I tap, into helping me solve that problem? Okay, so that might be an answer that you have to get real with yourself and go, okay, no, I can bring in this person and some Main Street entrepreneurs, some American small town entrepreneurs, they work like this. I've seen like friends, longtime friends, go into business together, and they're kind of like yin and yang, which is great if you have that. If you have that chemistry, it's kind of hard to find. But am I a fit for that market? Am I qualified to actually help that market that I love working with solve that problem that they clearly know they have? The fourth and final question is there enough market potential? So this might take a little bit of research, but this is a question where you say, all right, so that market has that problem. Am I qualified? If it's yes, yes, and yes, and you move on to the fourth and final question, like, is there enough market potential? Are there enough people out there that have this problem, that need your services, that need your services to fulfill that for them? Here's the thing. Here's where I'm kind of going off of expanding on what my mentor has given me. A lot of us entrepreneurs, a lot of small town entrepreneurs, we might have several, and that's not a bad thing. Like, we might go through this exercise again and again, and we actually might go through like 1 through 4 and have successful outcomes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a possibility. But wait, as I was doing that, I had this other idea. Bum, 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 bum. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I came up with it again. And so you might have several, and that's not a bad thing, but I would encourage you to do nothing different than, when you get done with that, to go back, focus on one. You might have to do something where you ask yourself some other questions, like which do I feel like is the shortest path to financial success? Because all of the above are right answers. I just got to choose this one that I really love working with these people. I really love working with these people and these people too. But it might be that profit margins are just healthier. You might be in a case where it's like, okay, if I can just get going on this, 2 things are going to happen. One, I can open myself up and give myself a little freedom once that is successful later, and I can open myself up to a few more things. Or 2, I don't care about opening myself up to other things because this is so successful. Why not just keep, pumping energy and effort into that? So there you have it. Just, is there a personal interest? Is there a clear challenge or a defined problem coming from that market that you are personally interested in helping? Are they looking to accomplish something specific? Okay, that's question 2. 3, am I a market fit? Ask yourself that. Am I a market fit? Am I fit for this? Do I have the expertise to serve that market? Can I partner with someone else if I don't? And then 4th, is there enough market potential? Is there just, if this was a pie chart, would it be like, a fraction of 1%? Okay, but is there enough? Is that pie chart at least opening up and looking like, you know what? That's a big market out there. I'm not going to serve everybody in the world with that problem. They're not going to come to me. Let's just look realistically at it. But I can solve at least, what if a fraction of a percentage of those people came to me with their problem? Well, that's pretty healthy numbers. So ask yourself those 4 questions, and I hope that this video gave you some clarity on that. That's my process, that's my walkthrough, and I will talk to you in future videos. Thanks.